Hi guys, welcome back to SRE. This right here is something I put together for myself. It has a monstrous stroke. Okay, first of all, it's a 38. I got it back from a buddy. He had bought it with a scooter. I had put it in a scooter and he fell on hard times. So he sold it to a good friend of mine, and he's already got 2 or 3 of my engines. So he was like, hey dude, do you want it back? And I was like, yeah, cool. So I grabbed it back and I got it back here, and I said, what can I do to the 38s that I haven't done? And I got looking around, and I've done Case Reed 38s, done Case Reed 39s, Case Reed 40s, and Case Reed even bigger than that. But let's out of using the 38 cylinder. So I said to myself, what can we do? So I haven't done a cylinder read in forever, because the area cylinder read is really small. They're really made for a 30.5. I used them on Roving 45s because they don't turn a lot of RPM, like these 38s do. These 38s will underload. They'll go in excess of 20,000 RPM underload. Not held up, holding it up in your shop. No, I can't do that. I don't know. I met a guy who told me that he tunes his engines like that. If I did that, it would explode the flywheel. It'd blow the flywheel right off. So anyway, so I was looking for a cool idea to do, and I had a bunch of these Bartolone big cylinder reeds for the. Yep, you look cute, honey. For the GP460. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna modify the reed a little bit, modify the cylinder a little bit, and pop it on there. So then I was able to reed port it. And I also had a new crank that I wanted to put in here. So, a 32 has a 28 millimeter. Then everybody buys a 30 millimeter crank and makes those a 34, right? So these 38s come with a 30 millimeter crank. So everybody was, making these a 31 millimeter stroke, making them a 39. I did that for a while. It's real easy to do. And then I said, they responded really well to that extra millimeter of stroke. So I said, hey, let's take this a little further. So then we did a 32 millimeter. Then we did a 33 millimeter. And now we did a 34 millimeter. And you are starting to run out of case now. So the case is getting really thin. All right. So that's what I did with this one. I went with our 34 millimeter crank and put that in here. And I reed ported the cylinder and then put the Bartolone reed on. I put my pipe on it, this old pipe I've had forever. And now I'm waiting for a new carb. The carb I had was junk, and I didn't want to keep messing with it. So I did that. I've ordered that. This is going to be a cool project. I'm excited. You get to add that extra port in when you reed port, and get to window the piston and lighten the piston up more, and just do some stuff. Plus it's got the big stroke crank in it. So we'll see how it runs. See what happens. I did some preliminary testing with the Case Reed Taylor. I had to take the pipe off to put on here. It's good. It's really good. I had one day today that was nice. Not nice. It's wicked cold, but I got out there, let it warm up good, and started tuning on it and get some basic runs in. Pretty nasty deal. I like it. Really happy with it. So, okay, guys, oh, and this is that 38 that I did that has the transfer windows. You can see we brought the bottom of the transfers down to where the piston, still goes below, because you don't want it to run into the piston, because that causes, flow problems. So we got that straightened out. That's done. It has no free port. We added intake timing, added exhaust timing, widened the exhaust, reshaped the exhaust, did extensive porting on the transfers, really a lot of porting on the transfers. Widened the exhaust and notched the piston for added timing. Plus, I did a base gasket delete, which also adds a little bit more intake timing. And we're there. Lighten the flywheel. I did turbo porting in the case, trued the crank, and now we're getting Bartolone transfer plates OBR transfer plates for it, and we're in good shape. I had a set here I could tailor the ports to, so we're all set. The intake, I've got a pulse mod because he's putting a big carb on this. I'm sure it's going to run really good. I can't wait to hear it run. So, all right, guys, this is SRE, and I'm out.